What's up, guys? Matt Fragger. I am back again. I got another fragrance review video. And for those of you who aren't tired of hearing me flap my lips about fragrances, you're in luck because I've got 10 fresh budget fragrances that I picked out of my collection. These aren't the top 10 fresh fragrances ever, just my top 10 fresh fragrances from my collection, in my opinion. I am going to rank them from the one that I like the least to the one that I like the most, but that doesn't mean that I don't like number 10. It just means that I like number one more. So the first one, and again, look, I know that it's wintertime. I know that, I mean, there's a few inches of snow on the ground out here in Ohio right now. It's like 25 degrees. And yeah, but I'm somebody who believes that it doesn't matter what the temperature is outside. Sometimes you just want to smell fresh and clean. Sometimes you just want to have, a freshie that's going to make you smell like you're fresh and clean and, kind of boost you up, give you some uplift your confidence a little bit, uplift your mood a little bit. And that's what I think that all of these 10 do. So the first one that I want to share now, this one is just an honorable mention, really. And that's going to be Nautica Voyage. I think everybody pretty much at this point has this fragrance in their collection. Um, it's fresh, it's clean, it's got a little bit of greenness to it, it's got some salty cucumber vibes going on. Um, and it really doesn't. It's really not that bad as far as performance goes. Um, Generally speaking, considering the price. I mean, you can pick this up for about 20 bucks. And this is great dumb reach for like the gym or to go out and mow grass, or you're going to go play ball with your friends. This is good for all that kind of stuff. Good dumb reach fragrance. Nautica Voyage at just wanted to give that one a mention, an honorable mention, even though it's not part of the list. It's kind of a given for most people when you're talking about fresh, clean, budget fragrances. Nautica Voyage pretty much is a given. So the first one I want to share with you here at number 10 is going to be Imperium by Fragrance World. This is inspired by Roja Elysium Parfum. It definitely is clean and fresh. It's got some a fruitiness to it. And this is one that is really kind of vibrant. Like that's a word that comes to my mind when I wear this. Is it's really vibrant. It really kind of like is uplifting. And this is a great one to spray on like right after you get out of the shower and you just want to kind of like I said, elevate your mood a little. This one is great for that. Fragrance World Imperium, that is a good one. The next one that I got here is by Banana Republic, and that is Grasslands. I think this one slept on a little bit. You know, it's it's inspired by Green Irish Tweed. If really want to stretch things, in my estimation, this is a clean, fresh green fragrance that has a very distinct resemblance to Irish Spring. If you like Irish Spring soap or body wash or whatever, uh, this one is really representative of that fragrance profile. um, and as far as fresh green fragrances go, this has a really nice thing going on, and it does perform very well too. Not all the Banana Republics give you the best performance. This one, it's not great, but it's not bad. This is a little above average as far as performance, maybe 6-7 hours, and it does project pretty decent for the first couple. So this is a good one to pick up. A lot of times you can find these in rack stores like TJ Maxx, Ross, Burlington, Marshalls, whatever. And yeah, this is a really good one, and a really great fresh fragrance, good fresh out of the shower fragrance. The next one I want to talk about is actually a Lattafa fragrance. It's Rave Now. Uh, it, it doesn't say Lattafa directly like on the bottle or anything, but it's made by Lattafa. Let's just say that. This one is a straight up pineapple bomb. fresh, juicy, bright, vibrant pineapple. And there's like a woody, kind of a light woody dry down here. Mostly this is a pineapple fragrance. And what I really think this fragrance, where this shines, is layering. It's a good layering fragrance. I'm not a big layering guy. Like I don't, you know what I mean? I don't, I really don't do a whole lot of that layering, the layering stuff. But this one is a really good one because it's so linear and it's got just this fresh pineapple thing going on. If you want to add a pineapple pop to another fragrance, this would be a good one to do that with. And it does have decent performance too. It's above average performance, not too bad. That's Rave Now from Lattafa. It says rave on one side and now on the other. I guess raving later is out of the question. You got to rave now. But yeah, and I like the bottle on this one, how you can see through. It's got that kind of lattice where you can see through it. I think that's neat. So that's Rave Now by Lattafa. That's a good one. And the next one that I want to bring up, now I haven't had this one for very long. Actually, I picked this one up pretty recently, and I haven't had an opportunity to even wear this in the warmer weather yet. But I've enjoyed wearing it a few times. I've given this a few wears. And again, like I said in the beginning, it doesn't matter to me. If I'm in the mood to wear a fresh fragrance, then, you know what I mean, whatever. I'm going to wear something fresh if that's what I want to do. And I think all of y'all should do the same. This is 9 a.m. Dive. I had 9 p.m. for the longest time. I've had it as one of the first fragrances I picked up when I started collecting fragrances. I've had it for a long time. I've always really liked 9 p.m. And I seen this at my local TJ Maxx, picked it up, and I really, really do appreciate this one. I do like this one. And I'm not the hugest fan of, blue fragrances or citrus. They're kind of, if I had to rank types of fragrance profiles, the citrusy kind of and blue citrusy fragrances and blue fragrances would be closer to the bottom for me. Just personal taste, of course. But this one here is got kind of like this aquatic feel to it and a bright kind of a citrusy kind of especially in the open. But even though it's a fresh fragrance, it has like this, there's incense in here, and it has like a backbone to it, like a personality to it. And there's kind of like a richness and a character that you get that kind of pokes through the fresh part of this fragrance. And that, makes it something where I really, really like it and I really get on board with that. Um, yeah, this is a good one. And yeah, I've worn this a few times, like I said, and enjoyed it every time I wore it. It doesn't have the greatest performance per se. It's above average. I'd say maybe 6 hours, maybe seven of longevity, and decent projection right in the beginning. But then it kind of like dials back a little. So yeah, it's not a great performer like 9 p.m. is I guess what I should say. Relative to 9 p.m., it's not like a beast performer like that is, but it does have good performance and it's worth picking up for the price. 9 a.m. Dive by Afnan. The next one I got on the list here is another Banana Republic, and this is my favorite Banana Republic out of what Banana Republic fragrances I have tried so far. Not just what I own, but everything that I've smelled, got my nose on. This is my favorite by far. I'm gonna have to pick up another bottle of this in the near future. This is Vintage 78, or it's Vintage Green 78. And this is just straight fresh, clean, green, and mean. Like, you'd be surprised the performance that you get out of this for being as fresh as it is and as vibrant as it is. You get really great performance on this thing. This is one that's really good for hot weather. Really good for, when it's like that kind of weather where it's uncomfortably hot outside, and you put this thing on, it just elevates the scent when that when your skin heats up. It just elevates and it just bursts off of your skin. Like this thing has great projection and performance and longevity. Um, yeah, like this is a really good Banana Republic, and the scent profile on it is really crisp and green and bright, and a great one that you would want to wear like fresh out of the shower with like a clean white t-shirt on. Oh, perfect. Vintage Green 78 by Banana Republic. The next one on this list is gonna be Lattafa Sucrat. I call it Suck Rat. I mean, I heard, I don't remember who it was. I heard a reviewer call it that. And I think it was Gerard George. And ever since I heard him call it that, I can't get that out of my head. So that's just what it is to me now. This is Lattafa Suck Rat. And this one is inspired by Acqua di Gio Profumo. It definitely does a great job of that, getting that Profumo DNA. And it is, fresh and clean, and at the same time it's got, like I said about the 9 a.m. dive, it's fresh and clean, but it's got some body and some character to it, and really holds its own. Good above average performance as well. Like this one's going to give you 6 or 7 hours and project pretty decent. So another really good fresh fragrance at a budget price that you can pick up and be really I think you'd be really satisfied with what you get out of this for the price. Next on the list here, we have got Club de Nuit Sillage. This is one that I'm sure a lot of you out there are familiar with. It's certainly nothing new. The Club de Nuit line, a lot of them are really, really good fragrances, and this one's no exception. It is inspired by Creed's Silver Mountain Water, and I mean, the scent profile of this thing is one of those ones where some people really love it, and I think some people, can, not really care for it. It just depends. Um, you are gonna get, uh, kind of like an inky, a little bit of an inky vibe out of this one. But it is really fresh, and it's like one of those ones again that's just really uplifting, and it kind of like, almost like it cheers you up when you wear this. Like when I wear this fragrance, I always feel like I'm like it helps cheer me up. Um, and that's, something about fragrances is I've said before in videos, I like to wear a fragrance to suit my mood, but sometimes I like to wear a fragrance to try to change my mood. If I'm feeling down and I'm feeling kind of depressed, and maybe something's got me pissed off, and I just can't get out of my head, and it's just like something's just great. Like sometimes I'll put on a nice, fresh, bright fragrance that maybe, going to help cheer me up a little bit, kind of get me in a little bit better spirits. And this is one that I could definitely see cheering me up if I'm a little down. uh, Great fragrance, Club de Nuit Sillage. That is a really great freshie for the price. The next one I got is also a Club de Nuit, and also one that, is nothing new to a lot of you, but definitely one that deserves to be on a budget freshie list, and that is Club de Nuit Milestone. Now, this one, I'm a Florida boy from Melbourne, Florida. I grew up around the beach. This one's got like a salty kind of beach vibe to it, marine vibe, but then it's got some melon in here too, some fruity melon, and a little bit of like depth and character to it as well. And just from the beginning to the end, whenever I wear this fragrance, I just enjoy the scent bubble that I'm just kind of living in when I'm wearing this thing. Really like this one. Another one that's very good for high heat, for warm weather. But again, and I say this all the time, a lot of times we're in climate controlled environments. We're not out in the blazing sun. We're not out, even when it is warm weather. And this one is, a great fragrance that you can wear really anytime, in my opinion. And I mean, hell, I think it was about maybe a week or maybe a week and a half ago. I know I just wore this recently. I just was in the mood to wear it, put it on. Love the way this thing feels. Love the way the vibe that I get with this when I wear it. Great fragrance, especially at the budget price that you can pick this up at. Yeah, love this one. Milestone by Armaf. Next up, we're almost to the number one fragrance here. And at number 9, or no, number 2, I guess. I'm going the other way. At number 2 here, this is a new acquisition. I have not spent a lot of time with this. I have not given this a lot of wears. And really, I guess you could say that I mean, in a way, I am being kind of presumptuous and, you know, maybe I don't, have, I really shouldn't be speaking on this or putting it in this position in this list. Maybe it's presumptuous to put it in this position at this point, but here's why. Okay, this is Lattafa's Atlas. All right, picked this up not even that long ago. I just did a review on it, and although it doesn't have the nuclear face melting performance that I have heard a few reviewers state that it did when I was kind of looking into this one, leading up to pulling the trigger on it. Uh, it does have great performance. It does have good above average performance. It does project very well. It does last pretty good. But the thing that I like about this one is this scent profile is just amazing to me, especially like to me, because it smells like you just walked into a surf shop. It's got, again, like the Milestone, it's got that kind of salt air feel about it. And just everything, the way it comes together in this fragrance. There's a mossiness here that's kind of almost like a seaweed vibe going on there. And just everything about this fragrance makes you feel like being at the beach. The only thing missing here about, that's giving you that at the beach vibe, this doesn't really have like a strong, like a coconut or cocoa butter kind of note like that to it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have that, but what it does have is just the feeling of walking into a surf shop, like Ron John's Surf Shop, um, or just a real like kind of beachside feeling, like, just being anywhere like on the beach. This gives you that kind of experience, and for that reason, even though I haven't spent a lot of time with this, I have given it a wear. I have given it some testing, and just based on the scent profile alone, I'm putting this at number 2 on this list of fresh budget fragrances, because and again, this is my list and these are my opinions, and so I can put it at number 2 if I want to. But I love this fragrance profile, guys. Like, this is just the beach, and I love it. Lattafa's Atlas. Oh, and by the way, this is inspired by Megamar by Orta Parisi, and I don't know how close it is to Megamar, but I do know that I love the scent profile on this one, and I'm glad that I picked it up, and it's a budget at a budget price. So really happy about this purchase. And the last one, and at number 1 on this list of fragrances from my collection that I love to wear when I want something fresh, and that is this little guy right here. It's a Dua, and I mean, I only own 3 Duas. All right, haven't really gotten deep, haven't explored really deep into the House of Dua, but this here is Ultimate Rendezvous, and it is a clone of YSL L'Homme Ultime. And bro, no, I never tried L'Homme Ultime before. I had never smelled it before, but a good buddy of mine told me, man, that one is on point. It's a great freshie. It was one of his favorites. And when I seen that there was a clone of it, and I kind of asked him like, hey, you think that's worth checking out? Of course, he was like, yes, definitely check that one out. And so I did, and I am so glad that I did. This thing, first of all, it is an extrait de parfum, which all the Duas are extraits. And normally, I've kind of found, at least from my personal experience, I've found that with an extrait, it does tend to sit a little flatter to the skin, a little closer to the skin, doesn't quite jump out, doesn't quite project as much. Um, and this one just defies all of that because this thing projects like a monster. And the performance on this, for a fresh fragrance profile that it is, the performance on this is monstrous. This has really great performance, really good projection. The ginger in here is so snappy and bright and uplifting. Like I said about wearing a fragrance to, to enhance your mood, to try to cheer you up. Boy, this thing can cheer up you know anybody. I'm telling you, this thing is really really bright and vibrant, and the citruses and the ginger in here. Um, and I don't know how close it smells to L'Homme Ultime because I never got my nose on that, but I do know you do get a that kind of like YSL L'Homme cardamom. You do get that kind of slightly fruity kind of cardamom in here, but it is kind of dialed back a little bit, and the fresher notes take center stage. But it is here. That kind of L'Homme DNA kind of thing is here, and yeah, just this is just such a great fragrance, and again for an extrait, uh, like you can see, I mean that's not a big dent, but I have put a little dent in this, and I haven't had it very long, and that's just I really love this. It's just one of those that just kind of rubbed me the right way, and really really like this one, and I suggest that you guys check this one out. If you're a fan of the YSL L'Homme line and that kind of base DNA, and you're looking for something like I just did right here, Fragrance World's Jack of Clubs is another YSL L'Homme flanker, a clone of another YSL L'Homme flanker, and like if that kind of base DNA, that YSL L'Homme DNA is something that you like, uh, and you're looking for like some kind of like, variations on that, that one's Bleu Electrique, and this one is Ultime. Um, I feel like they did just as great of a job on this one as Fragrance World did on the Bleu Electrique, as far as you know, capturing that YSL L'Homme DNA and then building freshness around it and adding freshness to it. And this one does it in a big way with the ginger, and this is definitely one that you're going to enjoy wearing when you want to wear something fresh. So guys, thanks again for joining me for another video. And again, I know that it's winter time right now, but that doesn't mean that you can't wear a fresh fragrance. If you're in the mood to wear something fresh, by dag nabbit, just put on something fresh and rock it, bro. Um, and any of these right here are, in my opinion, are worth picking up for the price. Uh, they're worth rocking if you're in the mood for a freshie, and these are all good ones. So thanks again for joining me. I'm the Mad Fragger. I'll see you next time.